When you've lived with someone for 12 years, you start to feel changes not through words, but through silence. At first, it's just a sense like someone lightly touched the wall of your home and it gave a quiet crack. Invisible, but real. We met when I was 29. She was a couple of years younger. There was something soft in her. Gentle. Warm. She used to laugh at my dumb stories. We built everything from scratch. A mortgage, renovations, a dog. That damn shower curtain that kept falling. It was our life. Simple. Honest. Without masks. But somewhere after 11 years of marriage, something shifted. Not suddenly, no. It came drop by drop, like a leaky faucet in the middle of the night. She started staying late at work. I believed her. I always did. Then it was her phone. It used to lie around, forgotten. Now it was always with her. In the bathroom. In the kitchen. Under her pillow. Whenever it buzzed, she'd turn the screen away, protecting it from my eyes. I asked, "Everything okay?" She smiled. Too quickly. Too tight. Of course. Just tired. Work's been crazy. Work. That became her shield. And me? I stepped back. Because I didn't want to believe. Because I thought, it's just a phase. We're a family. Families go through things. But deep inside, something was already stirring. Something dark. Distrust. A pain I couldn't name yet. I noticed how she smiled at her screen. Not the smile she gave me. More alive. More careless. That look wasn't for me. Not anymore. One night I woke up. She wasn't beside me. Light from the kitchen spilled through the crack in the door. I got up and saw her sitting in pajamas typing. She was smiling. Eyes lit up. Typing fast. Like she used to. With me. But not for me. I didn't say a word. Just stood there. Watching. Then I quietly went back to bed. Pretending I hadn't seen anything. I wasn't ready to know the truth. Not yet. But the crack had formed. And through it, everything we were hiding would soon come pouring in. A few more weeks passed. I kept pretending everything was fine. Habit, it's a dangerous thing. It lets you live in illusion even when everything inside is falling apart. We had breakfast together. She talked about work, I talked about the news, but our words didn't reach each other. They just fell onto the table like crumbs from toast. There was silence between us even when we spoke. One evening, I came home earlier than usual. A meeting had been canceled, and I decided not to tell her. I wanted to surprise her. I bought her favorite white wine. I remember holding the bottle, thinking maybe tonight could bring something back. When I walked into the apartment, the lights were on, but her shoes weren't in the hallway. The kitchen was quiet. Then I heard soft sounds coming from the bedroom. Rustling. Laughter. A man's voice. It didn't sound like the TV. Not distant. It was alive. Too alive. I froze. Walked slowly down the hallway, my legs heavy like filled with lead. I didn't open the door. I didn't even breathe. I just stood by the wall and listened. Not everything was clear. Only fragments of phrases, whispers, soft laughter. Her voice. It hadn't sounded like that with me in a long time. I stood there maybe 5 minutes. Every second my mind screamed, "Open the door. Go in. See." But my body stayed still. I didn't want to see. Didn't want confirmation. Not yet. I set the wine bottle down on the floor by the door, turned around, and left. For the first time in my life, I felt how pain could become physical. As if something inside me clenched. As if my heart beat once and decided that was enough. That night I didn't sleep. I just stared at the ceiling. I knew it was over. We were already the past. And still, I didn't yell. I didn't break down. I didn't say a word. But inside something was forming. Cold. Clear. Still, like the edge of a blade. 2 days passed. We barely spoke, but we pretended everything was normal. In the mornings, she left earlier than me. In the evenings, she came home late. Sometimes she brought a takeout bag. "Here, eat this. I'm not hungry." I nodded. Took it. Inside me, everything was already dead. I didn't scream. I didn't accuse. Let her think I knew nothing. Let her get comfortable. I needed time. That night, I opened her laptop. We'd stopped hiding passwords long ago, and she must have thought it didn't matter anymore. There was nothing in her messages. All wiped. But in the cloud, a few photos had synced automatically. One caught my eye. She was sitting in a cafe, smiling that familiar smile, but not for me. The photo had been taken by someone sitting across from her. In the reflection of the window, him. A man I didn't recognize. Slightly older than me. Wearing a wedding ring. Married. Or once was. I didn't feel rage. Just silence. A heavy, cold kind of silence. I found him on social media. His name came up in a comment. There he was, standing beside her in another photo. They weren't touching. But the warmth in his eyes, that was betrayal enough. His profile was public. He had a family, 2 kids. I copied his number, saved it. The next morning, I made a reservation at the restaurant we always visited for our anniversary. Same day, same table, but this time for 3. I printed 2 identical invitations, had them designed like classy anniversary cards. Inside, celebrating together. Can't wait to see you. 7:30 p.m. I left one on her pillow. The other, I had delivered to him by courier. No return address, just her name on it. He'd understand. The evening came. I arrived at the restaurant a bit early, asked the waiter to light the candles. It was the same table by the window, overlooking the fountain. She used to love that view. What? Beside me, a 3rd chair. I said nothing, just waited. At 7:26 p.m., she walked in, wearing a black dress, the same one from our 5th anniversary. Maybe symbolic. She smiled, but her eyes were cautious. She clearly didn't understand. She sat down. "Why 3 seats?" she asked. I shrugged. "It's a celebration. There'll be surprises." 7:31 p.m. He walked in. Had he ever seen me before? Probably not. But he recognized her instantly. He froze. Time stopped for a second. Her eyes widened. Panic. "What are you?" she began. I raised my hand. "Just sit. We're all adults here." He sat, too confidently. But his fingers betrayed him. They trembled. Silence stretched between us like wire. Then I reached under the table and pulled out an envelope. Thick, white, my name on it. "This is for you," I said, handing it to her. "What is it?" "A gift. For our anniversary. Something official." She opened it. Read, slowly. At first confused. Then her lips began to shake. "You're serious?" "Dead serious. Already filed. Just needs your signature." He looked away. She looked at him, then at me. I stood up. The waiter approached. I handed him my card. "Split the check between them," I said. Then I left. Outside the air was cold. I didn't feel joy, but I felt something close to closure, like removing a splinter that had festered for too long. Painful, but clean. Sometimes you don't need to scream. Sometimes revenge is just leaving with your head held high.